Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Source Pilot back with Camo Capture episode 5. On screen you can see the stealth camo, and that is today's camo which is being reviewed. The maps included in this episode are Showdown, which is the map featured on screen right now, along with the maps Block and Wetwork. Of course, you guys already know the maps are in order of very bright to very dark, and that being Showdown, Block, and Wetwork. Along with the maps, I show this camo on all of the weapon which it applies to. The camo is shown on the M16A4, the AK-47, which you see on screen right now, the M4, G3, G36C, M14, and the MP44. So all of the assault rifles in that, weapon category. Personally, so now my opinion on the camo. Personally, I think this camo looks the best on the MP44 and the AK-47. It seems like with the other weapons, they just kind of slap the camo on basically the entire weapon. And with the AK-47 and MP44, they left the wood parts on the gun. So I just felt like the combination of the camo and the wood on the weapon gave it like that classic weapon feel, and it made it much more enjoyable for me, and it made it a lot more realistic. I guess like instead of just slapping the camo over the entire weapon, it had that grainy wood that you could see, and it just looked like it fit those weapons a lot better, and after seeing it on those weapons, I guess it could actually convince me to use the camo in game. As for the camo itself, it's not awful in my opinion, but it's not one of the cooler camos in the game, especially for being, just a common camo. One of the, correct me if I'm wrong, like the 275 salvage, costing camos. So, although it's not the coolest of the camos I've shown in previous episodes, this camo definitely pops out as one of the more realistic ones. The skin kind of looks like a digital urban character camo that I've seen before, and it seems really similar to other digital urban camos in other games. So I actually like this, because while it's kind of a semi boring camo compared to others, at least it's a realistically boring camo. By that I mean, it looks like a camo you could expect to see on these types of weapons, especially nowadays, in modern combat, which, the game is called Modern Warfare. So I just feel like this camo suited the weapons pretty well. Trust me, guys, I have nothing against this camo. It's just one of the more simpler ones in the game, and nothing really makes it pop out compared to some of the other camos, like some of the shiny, really colorful ones. I think there's even like a geometric shapes one, that kind of makes it look like the gun has multiple shapes. I think it's a pistol camo. And also, if you're the type of person who use realistic stuff on your weapons, or you attempt to make your character as realistic as possible, this is definitely the camo for you. This is probably it's definitely one of the most realistic, if not the most realistic camo in the game. If you guys are wondering why I'm doing a review on such a boring common camo, because I know my camos in the past have been, somewhat interesting, because this one's kind of basic. So if you guys are wondering why I'm doing it on a basic one, it's basically because not everyone unlocks the same camos. So believe it or not, there's some people who don't have this skin, and if you're watching this video and don't have the skin, shout out to you, because there's people who, want to see what it looks like on the guns, in case they unlock it in a supply drop, or maybe they even want to spend the salvage to get it, but want to see, what it looks like on the weapons before purchasing. So I think this camo, along with all the other basic ones, cost around, like I said before, 275 salvage. Anyways, guys, this has been the 5th episode of Camo Capture, and I hope you enjoyed my review and opinions on the stealth camo. So definitely make sure to check or to like and share the video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. As always, guys, make sure to check out next week's Camo Capture episode 6. I'm Source Pilot, signing off. Peace.